guys. Welcome to Maker Studio. My name is Kim and I blog at Salvaged Living. I do lots of easy DIY and home decor for Life and Home Redeemed. And today I am taking over Maker Studio to show you guys a fun resin project. I am loving these resin projects. They make you feel like this crafty, cool, scientific creator kind of person. So they're tons of fun. Anyway, I do tons of projects. If you want to follow me over on my page, I'd be delighted. But I really just love hanging out with you guys here because we do lots of fun stuff. So make sure and say hi to me, please. I'd never like to craft alone. I love to hear where you're watching from. I want to hear if you've worked with the resins yet and tried any of these projects, because we're going to have a lot of fun with them today. I want to show you some of the things that we're going to be using in this project. And that way you can kind of know off the bat what we're going to do. I have the jewelry kit with me. So you get a ton of different molds with the jewelry kit. So you can make all these different kinds of earrings and pendants and keychains and just fun stuff. The sky's the limit. There's even a few more of these little pendant molds where you can make long pendants to put on necklaces. Where else is it? A little ring and a little bracelet. So there's tons of stuff. This kit, if you get the jewelry project kit, also comes with a bunch of glitters that you can mix into your jewelry for fun. These glitters are so great to work with. And you are going to get a little measuring cup that you're going to need because it's amazing. And of course you can get the resin. Okay, these are the resins. There's an A and a B, and I'm going to show you how to mix these up. I'm going to show you how to use them. And have a winning combo every single time. But you also get the things that you need to make the jewelry with. So you get things like earrings and keychains and little necklaces. So you can really have a fun jewelry making day. This would be great to do with your kids, your grandkids. It would be great for Christmas gifts. Great just to design stuff for yourself if you want to kind of dabble in jewelry making. Some other things that I have kind of added to the mix that I'm going to use today are some of the pigments that we have. These are just little small jars you can get. There's tons of different colors. There's copper, there's like a gold, there's this it's called provincial yellow and Venetian brown. Those are the two I'm going to use today. You want to see that? And then also you can get some of the leafing. These are just little pieces of leafing that you can get in gold, silver, and copper, and these are so cool to mix in with your jewelry. So if you haven't added these into your jewelry practice yet making, then you're going to want to do that. So, okay, I think that's the basics. I'm also going to use some tweezers. These are just some that I had. If you're going to use the gold leafing, sometimes it's easier to dabble this into your projects with these like little bitty tweezers. So maybe find some of those. You're also going to get stir sticks with your kit, and you're going to get some rubber gloves. We'll go over this in a second. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera down so you can see exactly how I'm mixing things and what I'm doing. And you guys are going to want to watch how I do this, and I'll show you a little bit at the end, some stuff I've made. So stay tuned. Let's do this. It'll be fun. So here we go. We're going to get into the project. Okay, you guys, so here's how we're going to get started with this little project. First of all, a couple kind of things to know about working with this resin is you want to wear gloves, okay? It could be sort of harmful to your hands, I guess. I don't know, irritating maybe, that's the best way to say it. So you're going to want to wear your gloves. And you're also going to wear a mask, okay? So you want to wear a mask, which luckily we are, in the pandemic, we all got used to wearing masks. So that's a beautiful thing. You're going to want to use one of these measuring cups, and because you can easily let it dry in here and then pop out your excess resin once it's dried. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So no matter how much you're going to make, you always want the equal amounts of A and B. And these measuring cups have little line markers on the side so that you can easily measure your resin and make sure you get it just right. Once you measure how much you're going to use in these little cups, you need to stir it for a solid 3 minutes. Okay, you guys, you want to wipe down the sides. You want to stir, stir, stir. Get it, off your stir stick and then swipe it down. I had this one already mixed, so I'm not going to sit here and, stir for 3 minutes. I didn't want to bore you guys to death. So this is already ready to go. And then once you have your base resin, you can use it just plain and have it clear, or you can mix in some colors, glitter, different things like that. So we're going to do a little bit of all of that today. I am going to use a little bit of clear, and I'm going to use a little bit of color. So I just want to put a little bit in here because I'm actually not going to use a ton of this color, but I just have to pour it into a separate container. And then I want to just do a sprinkle of this yellow, this provincial yellow. I think it's really pretty. And so I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit. Whatever you mix in, you always want to keep the ratio at 6% of your overall liquid. That sounds like a kind of odd number, but just remember that, you know, a little less than 10%. That's basically what I'm going to say. That's just to keep the ratio right. Make sure your resin hardens correctly, and then mix it really well. I'm going to mix it in here and then I'll show it to you guys. So you can see I just have a tiny bit in here. I'm going to make sure I mix it really well so that I have any powdery lumps out. You can always add more in if you want to and then build up your amount of that color. But we're going to do a couple of different things here. I think this is going to be just fun. I made yesterday, I used, where did my little mold go? Here it is. So you have this little mold that comes in this jewelry kit with all these little parts and pieces. And you can use these as the top to a 2-part earring. You can use them as just extra little jewels. They could be stud earrings, things like that. So I made a little star, and what I want to do is just put it down in my mold. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna pour some stuff in it first. We're gonna just do some stuff first. All right, so we're gonna do, I'm making this up as I go. I'm sorry, you guys. I did this, I was doing that backwards. So I'm gonna use some of these gold flakes to put in here, this gold leaf. They're kind of stuck together, so I'm gonna get them. I'm just thinking this is like a Starry Night kind of jewelry piece. I don't know, I think that's kind of a fun thing. So I just want it to have this gold. I don't mind if it's on the sides, where it is. So there is that. We're going to add in our star down here. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a mix. Okay, so I'm going to add some clear resin. On top of this. It's a self-leveling resin. So if you leave this in here long enough, it's going to just flatten out. If it's not flattening fast enough for what you want, you know, to be building up on top of each other, you can just kind of push it with your tongue depressor. You can move some of that gold leaf around in there if you wanted to. Just really play with like the composition of your piece. If that star moved when you poured, you could do that. So I just want to take this and I'm going to just kind of drop a little bit in there. Just going to drop a couple. You get some of these little pieces in your kit. You can just take it and drag it. I think this is going to just be kind of like a little fun starburst situation. I want to put a little down the side. The front to me is going to be the bottom of it will be the front. So you're kind of building it up backwards, if that makes sense. And then you can just dabble this more on there. And it's kind of this thing where you don't exactly know what it's going to look like until you've played with this stuff enough to figure out how it mixes and works together. And that's kind of the fun, if you ask me, of this. It's just a continually a learning process. You're going to discover really cool new combinations. And the thing you want to make sure you do is just get this full, okay? You can add a little more of that color again on the back if you want to just drop it in there. It's just fun. It's really kind of like a big science project of the best kind, because I don't know if you always love science. But anyway, one of the things that I do personally is use the heat gun to kind of just lightly go over the top. You can, I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's these bubbles. And if you put a heat gun on it, it will bring those bubbles to the surface and pop them. I don't want to be too close to it because I don't want to, you know, blow it so much that it changes the way that the resin looks. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the moment of truth. It's so fun when you get to just pop these out of this little mold and you can see how easily they come out. And then look how cute. We have a sparkly little star. It's got a lot of movement, some gold and yellow, and that's going to make just a great little pendant or keychain. I haven't really decided yet, but that's what it looks like. Y'all have fun with this stuff, okay? So much possibility. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.